my second life. The jersey's in my hand, I'm unstoppable. High score secrets, I've got them all unlocked. Memories rush back like a time machine. Takes me back to the arcade, where I spent my younger days. In the black lights glowing on a pocket full of tokens. Dance and groove to the beat. On the pixelated screen we meet. New wave melodies playing loud. Lost in the arcade, my heart is found. Guitar and red session, we were all quite excited. Popping tokens in the cabinet, it's the thrill of the fight. We saved the world through pixelated dreams. We're the greatest generation with unfaded acid genes. Takes me back to the...
Hi, welcome to Week of AI Stream 1. I'm Amanda Fox, and I'm happy to be a co-host and a presenter this round with the lovely Brett Salakis, my brother from down under. Do you want to give a little bit of an introduction?
Well, I mean, obviously, former male model, that goes without saying. Everyone can see that.
Obviously.
You probably don't even need to put that in my bio. That just goes by without saying. But no, I've been having a look in the chat. Hey, Jill, former Aussie Ed fan there, but was the founder of Aussie Ed, which actually at its peak was the largest online network of teachers in Australia, and now work for HP as HP's education ambassador for Australia and New Zealand. So I get to have the best job in the world and just go around my country and the country next door to me, advocating for good digital use. And in all of those travels, I've been able to come along a whole bunch of free tools. And Amanda and I got talking the other day. We both have a love for good old Ted Lasso. And we said, you know what we should do? We should invoke Roy Kent and Roy Kent's love of the F word and have a session called My Second Favorite F Word is Free. And that's what we've got for you today.
It is. So, funny story, the last slide of my presentations is always Roy Kent, like if I keynote, and it says, my second favorite effort is free, so come join me for my workshops. And then I never thought to make a whole presentation out of it. So
Why not?
me and Brett got together and, we like the F word. The free one.
Yeah, we do.
Free.
Jessica, apparently. Hi, Jess. Jess loves Ted Lasso too. You know, I did read a study once, or when I say read a study, I think I read the headline of a study that was shared on LinkedIn or something that was about people who use the F word are more likely to be honest. So there you go. People who swear are more reliable and trustworthy because they have no barrier, no filter.
All right. Well, my father would have disagreed with you, but yeah. So we even made a little song to kind of go with this. So let me see if I can conjure up the song. Let me know if you can hear it.
If you've got the audio in the chat, let us know. I'm not hearing anything at the moment. No.
So yay, nay, can you hear it? No. Ew. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe I need to play it over here.
This is the joys of live streaming.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll if you've got the conference guide, you can go into the Suno playlist and check out my second favorite F word is free. All right.
Here we go. So we're going to play a little game of KarAIoke.
KarAIoke.
KarAIoke. And you see down in the little bottom corner there, big love to Carl Hooker, who I was having a chat with and gave me the idea for this. And I think actually he's run a few KarAIokes over in the States, and it tends to be my kickoff session here in Australia too. So we're going to play karaoke now. Now, this is an interesting one. Again, a free AI tool and a little way to get your class or staff room bubbling along. So I've got 3 questions here, or 3 images that I'm about to show you. So we used Adobe Firefly. Adobe Firefly is a free image generation tool. And yeah,
And what's
Jill.
your favorite F word, Brett? Our second favorite.
Free is
It's free.
the second favorite F word. It is free. Everything that you're going to see today is going to be free. So Adobe Firefly, another F word. And what it's going to do for you is actually, I've put in some lyrics, different parts of the lyrics of some songs into Adobe Firefly and have it generate an image. So you are going to have to try and guess from the image what song is going to, what song's being represented. Now, I actually have a few prizes as well. So I've got my Mammoth book. Oh, there we go. We've got my Mammoth book. And then Kelly Chase, an Australian lady who wrote History, Her Story, Our Story, all the inspirational women from history, full of a lot of kick-ass women. And I'll be giving that out to who can answer a lot of these sorts of stuff really well. Jill, you might have a lead given your love of Aussie Ed, but let's go for maybe song and artist. Amanda, can you give me the first song? Next slide.
Yep.
Let's see.
Sorry, I'm putting out some fires on channel 2.
Oh, you're juggling lots of different things.
I
This is what
am.
happens when you're the host of the whole entire week of AI, and you're the co-host of one of the sessions live. Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's see in the chat. Looks like the lights are a little bit low there. Wonder what day of the week it could be. Having a look in there. Come on, Mr. C, what do you got for me? It's not Let It Go. It's not Let It Go. It's Friday night and the lights are low. Ah, Regine, Friday night and the lights are low. Heading out for the place to go. That is Dancing Queen by ABBA. And I'm just looking at Amanda's eyes. If we jump on to the next slide, actually, I think I've embedded. We've jumped. I think to the end of the deck.
You know what? I jumped all the way to the end. So let's
Yeah.
just do a quick preview of everything.
This is all the things that are coming up. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. Not that one. Look, do you know what? If we're having trouble with sound, when maybe we don't need to listen to the sound of ABBA. Ad anyway. Let's go.
No?
That's the ad anyway. Video is going to play after the ad. Don't worry about it. We're not going to do 8 seconds of ad. Here's our next song.
Oh, I know this one.
A little bit easier, but you know what? The song is easy.
Right?
Song is easy, but Jill just watched Mamma Mia. Okay, Dustin is there with Eye of the Tiger, but who sang Eye of the Tiger? Elizabeth's got it. Geraldine's got it. Christy's got it. Dun, 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 dun. Survivor, David Hendricks. Ooh, Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. Well played, well played. Now, fair warning, because I've embedded all of this, I forgot that ads pop up when I do this because I subscribe to YouTube Premium, so I don't get the ads. But which means when you go to the next slide, you got to get another ad because we're not going to go straight into the Eye of the Tiger. So, Amanda, we might go to the next one and just jump to the third song. It's going to be the easiest of all of them. Song and artist. Song and artist. Next song. Here we go. Oh. A little bit easier. Thank you, Dustin. I can't hit those high notes, baby. You should see me at karaoke. What are we thinking, team? There you go. Dustin, bang, bang. Thriller, Michael Jackson.
I knew.
Like,
See, I knew.
well,
You
like,
know,
Elizabeth's there, Jen's there. We're killing it. Very good. Hey, we've got a very interactive audience here because it's Thriller.
Must be
There
at
we go.
13 going on 30.
But look, do you know what? Like, I like this activity because it does a couple of things. It's so easy to think about AI as text-based and making stuff for us. Forget that it actually can spark fun and spark creativity. So I think this type of tool is a good reminder of some traditional pedagogical fun in the classroom. Let's jump to the next next bit.
And just Dustin, the number of things I've forgotten because the music stuck in my brain.
Good problem to have.
If it's musical trivia, I probably do fairly well. My dad used to run upstairs and put on a record, and by the time he got down, I'd have to name what band that was and which album it was.
Now, what I might do here is I might take control of the screen just for a moment and share my screen, if that's all right, because I might show you very, very quickly how to use talking heads. So this is you would have seen similar tools to this. Realistically, you just get an image, any image that you want. You add pretty much any audio you want. The AI will pick up what you've done and then actually make the character talk for you. I'm going to show you in less than 2 minutes just how quick and easy this is. It is like literally a 90-second tool. You want Shakespeare talking in your classroom, that's all too easy to do. So let's have a quick look. I'm assuming.
And while he's queuing up, we have EdTech karaoke, mass singer karaoke going on Friday at 8 o'clock to close out the conference. You guys should join. We're going to be playing some karaoke as well. You're going to be generating the images though for the songs that are being sung.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah, best images win.
That Rosebud is off the hook, isn't it? Too, I will admit. If you haven't checked out that Rosebud tool, that's crazy. But look, I'm going to show you this really quickly. So it's just basically bringing any image to life. We're going to generate a talking head. You can see here I've already got Roy Kent. You basically just upload any. They've got some default ones that you can pick, some different celebrities and whatnot. Or you can just upload anything from your desktop. Once you've done that, you go to your next bit. You can have preset videos that might be there, and it will sync in that image with a video that you kind of have. You can actually just type in some text and pick some accents, and it'll do that. Or literally, you can either drop in your own MP3 or record your own thing. I'll just show you how quickly and easy it is. Here's my Roy Kent voice. G'day, Amanda. Absolutely fantastic to be sharing with you my free favorite AI tools because, as you know, free is my second favorite F word. I don't know how British
awful rendition of Roy Kent. He goes, oi, mates.
So basically, save that. This is how quick it is. Like literally, just go next. Do I want it a little bit, chest included or zoomed in, and then it'll just create. Look, I'm going to stop sharing there because it'll just hang for a moment. It takes about a minute or two.
What is the website? Talking
Head. TOOKKING. Talking Head.
Is it a dot?
It's a good one. .ai. It's a goodie.
Yeah, I like this. You notice you use Roy Kent's head, right?
Yeah, I use Roy Kent's head there.
So this is a good thing or a bad thing. So with DID or Hey Jen, it will flag it as being a celebrity. Now they put it in to prevent deep fakes. They're starting to put in, but with talking heads, like, see, I knew you were showing this tool, so I didn't research it because I was going to learn from you. I could have made my Roy Kent. I was going to make Roy Kent talk.
Make the Roy Kent. Yeah. There you go. Yes. Sorry, Detra. Yeah. Talking Head. Talking Head AI. Really super easy tool to use. Crazy easy. Amanda, I'm going to hand over to you because now you've got a free tool you want to share.
I do have a free tool I want to share, and my free tool is Snorkl. We're probably not going to watch this entire video.
As teachers, we believe that every student has ideas worth celebrating. It's powerful when we give students the opportunity to explain and share their reasoning. But it just isn't possible.
Real quick in the chat, drop in how many of you have heard of Snorkl?
To listen and give feedback to everyone in the classroom. Enter Snorkl, the teaching tool where students record explanations and get AI feedback. With teacher-created prompts and a library of math, science, and more, teachers assign students activities. Students record their verbal explanation and show their problem-solving process on our digital whiteboard.
So, for my math teachers out there, I don't do the math. I do the histories and the Englishes. Joking, but it does a really good job at giving AI personalized timestamp feedback to student thinking. So what they essentially do is they can work out a math problem. I mean, it works for any content area, but this is one of the best AI use cases for math that I've seen. So they work it out. They record a video, kind of like they would with Flipgrid. It's their voice, and they record the whiteboard. And it gives timestamp feedback based on your answer expectations. You go in, you put in the rubric, you put in what you're grading and the student learning objectives, and it gives you this, wonderful timestamp feedback. And they're now about to launch whiteboard feedback too, to where in addition to the feedback on the students thinking through the process of working out a problem, it'll also weigh in the whiteboard as well. And it's such a good tool. My dog Bear is barking. He's like, woof, I approve.
Snorkl's AI listens to student explanations and provides immediate, personalized feedback unique to each student's strengths and strategy. As students respond, Snorkl AI identifies class-wide trends, learning gaps, and opportunities for future instruction.
So it also has an insights button, which we're going to go in and look at that. The insights button actually takes all the student responses and it groups them by, exemplars. These students are kind of in the middle. They need work on this concept, and then students who just need a lot of remediation or reteaching. We're not going to watch the rest of that video, but I'm going to tell you where, just like Roy Kent, Snorkl AI feedback is everywhere. It's on the whiteboard. It's in the voice. It's any content area. So just like Roy Kent, where is it? It's here, it's there, it's every censored where. So Snorkl's where it's at, kind of like explain everything. Yeah. So, but with the AI feedback built in. So they're also they're brand new and they have a bunch of wonderful things on the roadmap. It is also free. Up until next year. Next year they'll start charging, but it's free for the rest of this year. And applications are now open. If you are a Snorkl superstar, you get it free all the time. Yep, he's over there morning. So student thinking is worth elevating. It focuses on the learning process and explaining what students, their explanations of what they know. Sometimes what we do is we like to mark everything wrong. Snorkl doesn't do that. It actually goes in and it'll pinpoint and give them kind of like the compliment sandwich, what they got right, what they did well, and what they need to work on. This is they have a library of different activities. So they have a bunch of math stuff. The reading and language art stuff is rolling out. And I covered up whatever was down here because it's coming soon. So you don't need to know about that yet because there's nothing in there. Texas, if you're in Texas, there's a bunch of Texas Star Practice. Does it store the videos? It does. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how that works in a second. The videos are stored and it creates a portfolio for each student. And also as a teacher, if you're looking at all the student videos, when you scan over a video, you can read the captions as you move the little timeline.
Wendy, I'm glad you said that. Actually, I didn't know that. That's I've been fascinated. I didn't know about this tool until I saw you building out our deck, Amanda, and I had a little
You had a play?
Explore. I did. I had a little explore about a week ago or so, a couple of days ago, anyway. But Wendy, that's a nice little feature to know about.
And it's made by teachers. John, Jeff, and Monique, they're all educators, and they met about 12 years ago, and they've been working on this tool for the last like 2 or 3 years, I believe. And it's now gotten to a point where it is moving out of beta and it's going into distribution and availability. So this is an example of the performance trends. So these are the top exemplars that are correct and well explained. So as you see, it kind of groups them for you, which is great for differentiation and reteaching and remediation. So you can see the students who are confused. You can see the concepts they're confused on, what their misunderstandings are. So you can go in and correct them. You can reteach it to them. Or you can have the students who were correct and explained it well, you can have those students go back and watch some exemplar videos to reinforce learnings and misconceptions. So very powerful tool. I actually created an example for you. So actually Monique did, but for Week of AI, it does meet all security requirements. So you can go, they're very serious because they're teachers. They're very serious about security, privacy, so they meet all the FERPA COPA compliance. And we have a Week of AI reflection activity that you get to do and participate as students. So I'm going to type this. Yes, FERPA and COPA. Let's see. Students.snorkl.app / I think that's an O. 39 QZS. I think that's an O. So between now and Friday, if you go in and put in a reflection of what you think about Snorkel, where's my little scroller here? So you're going to go in and do Week of AI reflections. You're going to add 3 photos. It could be screenshots from any of the sessions you attended or any of the tools that you've learned about. You pop them in there, and then you're going to explain why they were the highlight of this week. So number 1, you're interacting as a student. Number 2, you're building up my Snorkel library where I actually have real insights from this week, so I can kind of see what the trends are. So the prompt here, you actually put in the prompt, Week of AI has been an exciting and immersive journey to level up your knowledge. You have discovered new strategies, shared insights, and unraveled many technologies. What are your 3 big? Erica knows I'm presenting. I don't know why she's calling me right now. She's co-host. So
I was going to say before we move on, do you want to just highlight? Can you highlight Wendy's last comment there?
Yeah.
Because I reckon what you've just said there, Wendy, we know that effect size. Like I'm sure you guys are familiar with John Hattie's work or similar. I know a lot of you in the crowd here are similar North American academic researchers. We know the effect size of feedback is probably the largest thing that we can do to improve student learning outcomes, giving accurate feedback. And I think that's one of the real, advantages of AI is to be able to give individualized feedback at a much faster, rapid rate than what we're able to do. And what Wendy's just called out there, yes, that's all right, Wendy, we know what you meant. It's all good. What Wendy's called out there is when students get the ability to see rapidly that individualized feedback, they want to have that opportunity to even just go again and just aim that little bit higher and have that higher learning outcome. And that's exactly what we want, right? That's good quality teaching and learning. So Wendy, second time, great point. And
going back to that feedback, a lot of times we have bias as a teacher, like, oh, this student always does a good job. You might not, they always do stellar work. So you might not look at it as like in depth as you would, or students sometimes feel like that the teacher is a little biased toward them. So when we're talking about bias in this instance, AI is kind of unbiased in that regard, as it's not subjective when it comes to individual students. It doesn't assign a personality to them or know them. It's actually grading based on the work and the work alone. It detaches that student from it, and it gives consistent feedback. So I know Roy Kent, if he was going to substitute for a classroom and he had just played a soccer game the night before and won and had a hoorah after the game, he might not be in his best tip-top shape to give great feedback. So AI doesn't get hungover. So might have hallucinations, but yeah.
Yeah, always ready. Look, next one I'm going to show you is another a free tool, and it is a crazy easy one to use. So not I've got some super easy tools today. So this is just Audio Pen. A little story to go with this. So I remember, I'm going to say probably 15 years ago, when I was a much younger teacher. I had a child in my class. They had been reintegrated into mainstream schooling. They were in, let's say, twice exceptional. They were pretty. They had some different learning challenges. Definitely an autistic child. And he used to always carry around a lot of very thick books. And I remember talking to the special needs teacher to get some advice and what to do, all that sort of stuff. And I said, I remember talking about his reading level because measurement for his statistical reading was pretty low. But this child would swear blind that he was reading these gigantic, thick, super thick textbooks. And I remember the teaching support saying, no, he just mimics reading. He's not really reading. And I think, I'm going to let him read it, let him do it. But if ever I gave him a pen to write with, he could write maybe a sentence, maybe a sentence and a half in a whole period. Like had a lot of difficulty writing. The first time I used voice to text, he was almost just like a rainbow vomit of sentences. It was like a page and a half of just a page and a half of just ideas being spewed sort of onto the paper. So suddenly this child who couldn't articulate their thoughts had all of their different thoughts coming forth. And this was this child who was just reintegrating into mainstream, who the teachers who were specialized and focused on him told me that he was not really comprehending any of this sort of stuff. But this digital tool suddenly allowed him to do a lot of things. That kid actually reached out to me about 3 years ago to tell me that he was just about to defend his thesis. He was getting his PhD in physics. In year 6, I was told he couldn't read. He could, with a pen, he could only write a sentence. He's now a proper, like a PhD doctor of physics. He's not. He works at the unit. He's an adjunct professor actually at the moment, working. So, digital tools can open up things that we normally can't do. So that's why I particularly like these voice to text, and this audio pen is a free tool that I particularly like. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you just how insanely easy it is to use this audio pen. Here we are. All right, coming up now, Amanda. All righty. So audio pen, literally just log in for absolutely nothing. You get to save 10 voice notes. For subscription one, if you want to save more than 10, but I can delete them and just keep my 10 going if I want to. But just click on here, and as I am starting to type my ideas, you can see here the free version. I've got 3 minutes of talking to it. With the paid version, I can have longer access to my thoughts. But basically, I can write down all the things that I need to do just by talking through my ideas about just how wonderful Roy Kent is, and how Roy Kent's second favorite F word is free, and that free AI tools are the way forward with this week of AI. So I'll stop that there. It'll let it process. What it does differently to a lot of other voice to text tools. So sometimes what they tend to do is actually just give that vomit, like I said, when I was giving that story, they'll just give that vomit of different things. And you can see here, it's actually got for me, it's actually got for me it's a suggested heading as well, and I can actually start to unpack all of my text and all that sort of stuff. But it'll give me a whole bunch of different things there. So not a bad little tool. Back to you, Amanda.
Pretty awesome there. All right. So my next tool, which you guys should be familiar with at this point, if you've been following along and doing the challenges, is Suno AI. So Suno is what all the intro songs were made with, and we're just gonna go in and explore and kind of unpack some little hacks with Suno. So right now, they're actually giving away 5,500 credits to teachers. If you haven't gone in and filled out their teacher form, they're really trying to build up their education presence. So as we know, Danny Rojas says, football is life. I disagree. Suno is life. Music is life. When words fail, music speaks. And I don't know if you've read the research behind music and education, but it leads to better cognitive retention. It allows students to connect with the material. I know when I was teaching 6th grade history, my golden doodle's like at my door. He's like, when I was teaching 6th grade history, we did flash mobs. So Lodge McCammon, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's a educator and musician, and he did the 50 States album, and he also did a lot of history songs. And there was one about World War II, and it was amazing because they had to learn the dance moves as they learned the lyrics. And when they would take a test over, a cumulative review, I could see kids sitting in their desk singing the lyrics like embargo to cut off trade, and they're doing the dance moves, which was this to like strangle, and then like just kind of shook his head like, yeah, I know I got the right answer here. So and then going back to 8th grade, when I was in 8th grade, my teacher taught me the Beatles, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, when we were learning about the Australopithecus afarensis, which I still remember the full title because Lucy, the people who found her, named her Lucy after the Beatles song.
It was the number one song. It was the number one song in the world when they found her, right? That was number one around the world.
It was like, I think, and I remember the year too. I think it was like 1971.
Yeah.
1971 or 1976, but music has just always been a way for me to learn. When I was in college taking this, I made a mashup of like 25 songs and correlated them to laws that change, constitutional laws, like court cases that change constitutional law. So the Coen brothers versus Virginia, like I remember that because I put Pink Floyd Money to it. It was about lottery tickets. Money. So the ability to take like music and tunes, it can take you back to time. There's that reinforced cognitive retention. So one of the cool things, and I'm just going to play this video again, is in the explore section, they have millions and millions of different genres that you can just go through and you can click on. You can even roll the dice. So you see me go over and roll the dice again. So that's Norteño pop, genres I've never heard of. EDM disco. Can you hear that?
Yeah, very faintly. It's very faint, but yeah, we can hear it.
P-funk jazz, and it's all through just clicking the spin. So if you teach music class and you're teaching about different genres, then you want them to associate the sound of the genre with that genre. This is a great way to do it. Or when you're thinking of historical context and they're writing songs about history, does the genre match that civilization or that part of the world? So cultures, music.
Can I jump in super fast too? I know you were just talking about that learning hooks and those links when you've got that, that Australopithecus there with that link to the Lucy in the Sky with Time and all that sort of stuff. And we had David Hendricks, actually spot on with his effect size there for Hattie. I just had a quick double check too on the side to having a look there. And it's funny, as you were talking about that, I saw mnemonics is about the same effect size as feedback are mnemonics, and that's exactly what you're talking about there. Can we have some memory hooking type of things that actually we grab that song, we grab that jingle, we grab that memory, and we associate that factoid with that, and that's one of the beautiful things here, right? To be able to create a song that has that fact and associated to that memory of learning and that retention of knowledge.
Yeah, and there's some talk about FERPA, COPA. Suno hasn't caught up yet. They were an indie music generator, and they're seeing the potential in education. So as educators, what we need to do is we need to go sign up for these credits. We need to use it, and we need to be very loud and squeaky about getting them to either create a white label educational platform for us, or I don't know, figure something out. Because I know Rosebud is doing that. Rosebud had some NSW, not suitable, NSFW stuff on their sites, and I mentioned it to them. They took it down. Like, they took it all down because they're cleaning it up, and they see the educational value. It's where they saw the platform going. So it's our job as educators to speak up when we see educational value in tools that may not be made for us, but they should be. Okay, so here we go. It's very easy to make your own song. Again, you can roll the dice. What will you create? But once you get in, when you hit create, there's custom. You can just hit create and it'll generate it for you. You type a few things. And then there's custom mode. Custom mode lets you type in what you want your song to be about, generate your lyrics. You can make it just an instrumental. I was talking earlier in the chatbot group when I taught English literature. My students were writing unreliable narratives in the style of Edgar Allan Poe. And we were doing true crime podcasts with them, but we called them Poecast because all of them were confessional narratives of like Black Cat or The Telltale Heart. So they had to write their own unreliable narrative, true crime. So it would have been really cool to have Suno to go in and create the instrumental backgrounds to set the mood of the macabre and the madness. And the style of music, use random style. Or you can type in a couple words, and I'm going to give you some cheats here in a second. So once you've created a song, it typically only makes a song about 1 minute and 24 seconds. After you make your song, so here's my second favorite F word is free. Oh yeah, tools making our life easy. And it's punk rock because, my second favorite F word is free. I totally heard like Blink 182 singing it. Well, they're like, I don't know if they're punky. Green Day, something like that. So you can enter additional lyrics to extend your song by going to your song in your library. Once you've made it, you click extend or extend here. Add additional lyrics, and then you can even change the style and the title, and then you can even, like, if let's say the song messed up. Sometimes it doesn't say AI. You have to spell it out. AI. Let's go AI or something. You can go back to, like, maybe if that happened at 56 seconds in, you extend from 56 seconds to try to correct just mispronunciations or whatever. Like, and you see I have 5,500 credits, 5,550 credits in my account. And I swear I make songs every day and it doesn't go down. I don't tell them that though, because we don't want them to take our stuff away. So yeah. The list of prompts and styles. I'll share the presentation with you when we're done. Dolly Parton, country storytelling, female vocals. These are just pro prompt tips to get who you want. Rihanna, R&B, dance, pop, festive, female vocals. Marshmello.
Do you know what? I want to make a Dolly Parton playlist of some topic.
Oh.
I don't know what topic, but you know what? I don't know why I've been playing with Suno. I haven't actually thought, like, Dolly is the bomb.
She is.
Yeah. All right, look, I'm going to be
about her book program.
Oh,
her free book program.
She is. And there's a lot of people in Tennessee who need to be very grateful for the education that Dolly Parton has funded. Look, I'm going to have another free tool here. This is going to be the last one. Dolly part, very, very clever. That's quick. That's quick.
Dolly Parton. Oh, you know what? That's going to be our next karaoke. It's going to be using Dolly to make all images of Dolly Parton songs.
So look, very, very, very quickly, one of the things in AI that is a risk, particularly with assessment, right, is if I'm setting a writing task or I'm setting a traditional sort of task, how much are we comfortable with, AI influencing what students may write? Do we even want to go down that road? There's lots of debate and there's lots of questions and challenges and I guess lots of finding of our feet as educators with that space that's moving. And one of the things that is really obvious is that the more likely that we can get people to actually defend their own thinking, articulate their own thinking, like think of the essay. If I set an essay for a child, if I ask them to go home and write an essay, they're likely to jump on a ChatGPT type of thing and pump out an essay. That's not really going to help them learn. But the concept of essay, of critical thinking, of how do I link my ideas and have supportive evidence to prove that my idea is right and link that to other topics. These are the types of rationalization and analysis that we still want. So we still want the types of thinking that happens in an essay with maybe not the traditional go home and write me an essay. So a podcast is a potential solution there, but podcasting is tough, right? Because you need the setup, you need all that sort of stuff. It's expensive. Can I be in a high school environment and have multiple children doing a podcast in my classroom at any one time? Well, the answer now is yes, because Adobe Podcast, which is still in beta and fully free, actually has a few different features. So we've got this enhanced speech. So what it will do is actually filter out all background music. So I have seen live in a classroom, 10 different groups running a podcast in one particular classroom. And it will filter all of the noise that the other students are making and just actually pick up the main talking voice. What it can also do is it'll actually give you a live transcript, or not live transcript, but it'll create a transcript. So if the child stumbles or repeats or says, "Oh, miss, how do I say this word?" or they rerun over a few words as they're trying to actually get the pronunciation correct, because it has the transcript, you actually just go up in the transcript where the transcript is, put your cursor there, delete the word or delete the sentence you don't want, and it will actually edit directly out of the audio that particular sentence or that particular thing. So you can, in class, in real time, have students create a podcast.
On that note, it is 8:02 and my presentation started 2 minutes ago, so I have to bop.
Let's pause. That's fine. Let's pause. Let's go. And what were you going to say?
That was the last slide.
That was the last slide anyway.
That was the last slide. Yep. So I have to end this because I'm actually presenting the next one, Michael. Thank you for joining me. My first effort is actually friend, and I'm happy you're my friend, Brett. So
I'm happy you're my friend too, Jillian. I know we're connected on Twitter and LinkedIn. I think can you send me a DM and I might send you out a prize, my friend.
So David, when I can't sing, but when I do sing karaoke, I sing AC/DC Big Balls. I'm of ever upper class high society. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys
See you guys all later.
for attending, and I can't wait to see you guys the rest of this week. All right.